As the new day kindles the embers of dawn, fiery hues ignite the sky. Night's dark veil slips away, revealing a sight beyond compare. The awe-inspiring plains of the Okavango Delta, dipped in the molten gold of an African sunrise. Each day, nature's greatest seducer, the sun, entices the earth with its shimmering radiance. Rooted against this amber dawn, a tree wearing a golden crown soaks up the burning orb's gift of light and warmth. The sausage tree is the embodiment of the sun. It too seduces those within its realm. This is the story of how one of Africa's most iconic trees bewitches life with its luscious bounty and its sensuous blooms. February is the end of summer in Botswana, the peak of the wet season, when temperatures soar. The Okavango Delta is one of the largest inland deltas on Earth, a proverbial water world, a natural oasis. It's forged by the mighty Okavango River, which flows 1,200 miles south from the highlands in Angola into the scorched sands of the Kalahari Desert. Water has shaped this land for millennia. Few other grasslands in Africa are as rich in wildlife. Hundreds of birds and mammals return to these wetlands each year. But this year, the country is facing one of the worst droughts it has seen in 30 years. The summer showers never came. The absence of rain has left the tropical marshes parched. Just to the northeast of the delta, a sausage tree stands resolute in a protected reserve called Selinda. The dry grassland around it softly whispers its grievance to the swelter. El Niño, a climate phenomenon in the Pacific Ocean, is responsible for this lack of water. But life makes do. A tough year lies ahead for Selinda. Life's thirst will only be quenched by next summer's showers, and many will depend on the sausage tree for sustenance. At its core, the sausage tree is split in half, a scar left from a fire many years ago. And yet, it thrives. A never-ending hum resonates from within the cleft. It's the perfect spot for these stingless bees to construct their hive. The female workers use gums and resins collected from the sausage tree to forge the nest and to shape the entrance. The colony is active throughout the year and is ruled by a single queen. She reigns over a few hundred drones and several thousand worker bees. The workers' job is to forage, clean house, process honey, and defend the colony. Although these bees lack the ability to sting, they're prone to bite. A guard, poised to attack, is posted at the nest entrance in case of intruders. An elephant cow lazily kicks at the dirt around the tree to unearth the dry grass. She loosens the plants with a heavy foot and strong toenails. Making it easier to pick them up with her trunk. This herd consists of females and their offspring, and a 9-month-old calf. He's a playful little fellow, constantly bumping and touching his older sisters. His mother needs to consume up to 6% of her own body weight daily to produce enough milk for him to survive. And Junior is an eager young suckling, drinking up to 3 gallons of milk a day. The herd is searching for water. But because of the drought, water holes are few and far between, and they have to travel farther than usual to find one. Finally, their quest pays off, and the family drinks its fill. Far to the north in Angola, it's raining. But this water will only reach Celinda 4 months from now. This oasis is one of the few water sources left, and it's not going to last the season. In summer, the sausage tree is well endowed. Huge sausage-shaped fruit dangle from long stalks in its canopy. Lacking a central pit, these giant oblong fruits are actually berries. Gnarled and knotty, they're up to 7 inches thick and grow as long as 3 feet. Across Africa, various indigenous tribes believe that the tree's large phallic gifts have the power to enhance a lad's manhood and can help a woman to grow bigger breasts. Yellow-footed tree squirrels take to the sausage tree's branches to gnaw at its luscious rewards. The sausage fruit is crammed with seeds, a sought-after treat for these furry critters. The seeds provide protein, carbohydrates, and fat to the scurry of squirrels. But the sausage tree yields more than just food to the rodents. It's also their home. The sausages also tempt Mayer's parrots. They're the only birds able to tear open the tough flesh of the fruit. The pulp is a valuable resource for sugars, vitamins, and minerals for the parrots. They're decidedly skittish and forage in small groups to reduce the risk of predation. At dusk, one of the tree squirrels gathers fresh sausage leaves to line its nest. The thick, leathery foliage has soft hairs on either side. It's the ideal bedding for this productive little homemaker. Nothing is quite like dawn in Cylinder. The burnt orange brilliance eases the new day in gently. Each autumn morning is a gift, the world unwrapped anew. In the sausage tree, a red-billed spurfowl stirs in the cool April breeze. A tree squirrel also makes an appearance. The two neighbors are well acquainted. To attain its morning libation, the squirrel licks dew from a spider's web on the sausage tree's trunk. Hidden amongst the roots of the sausage tree, a burrow punctures the earth. Its usual warthog residents have long since vacated the premises. They've gone in search of water. The boar savors one of the last remaining mud puddles before the scorching sun claims it too. The warthog's deserted home isn't empty though. Small elfin embellish the burrow walls. They may look like moths, but these squat cavern dwellers are actually tiny butterflies. The males in this colony chose the cool chasm in the sausage tree's shade as their shelter. Like the great tree above, the butterflies also have their own means of bewitchment. The males flutter around the females, wafting scent to attract their mates. It's the perfume of sweet seduction. Each year, the sausage tree bears witness to the dance of the miniature butterflies seducing each other. Softly drifts from amongst the tree's velvety leaves. At a mere 8 inches tall, the African barred owlet is one of Africa's tiniest owls. But don't be fooled by its size. It's a swift little hunter. Something in the brush underneath the sausage tree catches its eye. A male flap-necked chameleon is out on the prowl. It's breeding season, and he spots a potential mate. The tiny owlet moves in for a closer look. The female chameleon also notices the male. This might just be his lucky day. But something's wrong. She's changing color. Already Already having mated with another male, she's hostile to his presence. Her bright colors are a sign of aggression. Time for the male to get out of Dodge. Ponderously, she chases him off. He's jumped and now clambers to safety. But it might not have been the right move. Not such a lucky day for the male chameleon, after all. The chase leaves the female hungry. Her eyes move independently from one another, allowing her to look for prey in two different directions simultaneously. The sticky mucus that coats her tongue holds the prey fast and prevents any chance of escape. In May, what remains of the sausage tree's offerings are well worn. Autumn is the time for the enticer to discard its evocative fruit. One of these giant berries can weigh over 20 pounds, a potentially heavy blow for anything underneath. With the fruit now on the ground, it's easier for birds and animals to plunder this prize. A green wood hoopoo has developed an ingenious way of probing tiny holes in the sausage with either his upper or lower mandible. He's digging for fat grubs. This bounty is just too good to share. What he doesn't eat, he takes back to his nest, a cavity in a nearby tree. But it's not just he who feeds his young. Wood hoopoes are cooperative breeders, and he has 6 unrelated buddies that assist him. When they breed, he will assist them. A pair of bearded woodpeckers also hunt for the sausage's occupants. The male wears a red crown, while the female does not. To extract grubs from the fallen fruit, she wraps a tongue covered with backward-pointing barbs around her quarry and pulls it from its hiding spot. The woodpecker couple is so efficient at lassoing grubs that resentful wood hoopoes chase them off. Winter is around the corner, and the family of squirrels needs to hoard food for the leaner times ahead. They lick and rub their seed treasure so that it's covered in their scent, and no other squirrel can lay claim to it. They'll bury some of the seeds to be enjoyed at a later stage. In the spring, new sprouts often appear where squirrels have buried their winter food. The spirited critters defend every morsel with tooth and claw. But these skirmishes are often in mere jest. Tomfoolery for the younger squirrels. The innocent banter of squirrels is a reminder that life needs a little fun once in a while. By July, all that's left is the half-eaten remains of the sausages. But even this doesn't go to waste in winter. Before long, the desiccated fruit is infested with a myriad of shiny insects. These are female Fedoli ants, minor workers who forage on both plant and animal matter. At a mere 1/8 of an inch long, these social insects are tiny. Nevertheless, together they make an industrious workforce. Day in and day out they labor, excavating tunnels in the fallen fruit. And what could be better than living inside your own food? But the Fedoli aren't the only visitors. Matabele ants, 6 times larger than their tiny cousins, also patrol the sausages. Nearly 1 inch long, they're among the world's largest ants. The much smaller Fedoli attack the invading giants with painful stings, defending their home sausage. But the Matabele aren't here for the fruit. They're hunting for termites that also feed on the fallen sausages. A Matabele scout returns to the colony, laying a chemical trail to guide a column of worker ants to the termites' location. These workers can carry up to 10 termites at a time in their mandibles, ferrying them back to their nest at the foot of the sausage tree. The discarded leftovers tempt even a large elephant bull. The elephants play their part in securing the future of the sausage tree saplings by eating its fruit and dispersing the seeds throughout their large home range, in some cases more than 20 miles away. More than half of the elephant's food passes undigested through their bodies, so there's a good chance that the tree's seeds will germinate inside their dung. By midwinter, anticipation fills the air. A large herd of elephant returns to Selinda. They know change is coming. The rain that fell over the Angolan highlands finally begins to flow through the rivers that irrigate these majestic marshlands. The large pachyderms take to the water, joining other herds to relish in its purity. The young calf and its family are also here to socialize. And with so many females around, the bulls show off by sparring with each other. As the blazing orb descends toward a sanguine horizon, the elephant bull picks at the last of the sausage tree's offerings. The tree's harvest has served the animal kingdom well in its time of need. during this drought-ridden year. A pearl-spotted owl heralds in the splendor of the African twilight. Night wraps the day in its dark cloak, adorned with 1 billion sparkling jewels. The universe unfolds its fathomless depths, a world transformed by the soft, shimmering radiance of the night sky. At dawn, the great seducer is surrounded with a bouquet of fluffy white flowers. The knobbly creepers are in bloom. It's the first true sign that spring has finally arrived. In September, the wreath encircling the sausage tree charms browsers from all over Celinda. Even though the channels are filling up, the land remains parched, and the summer rains are still months away. To conserve water, the sausage tree begins to shed its leaves. Soon, a carpet covers the earth beneath its branches. It's rare for sausage trees in the Celinda Reserve to dispense of their leaves, but the prolonged drought leaves it no choice. As if sensing the arrival of the Angolan waters, the great seducer sprouts new shoots. The tender leaflets start off red, but change color as they grow, until the tree's brilliant green canopy is restored. Along with this lush new foliage, the sausage tree sends down elegant, slender stalks from which tiny buds are born. In spring, the pair of bearded woodpeckers takes to the tree's branches to probe for a wriggling spider or grub. At a rate of up to 20 times per second, the female strikes at the woody surface almost 12,000 times a day. The woodpecker's skull has evolved to cope with this incessant head-butting. It consists of a layer of relatively soft, spongy bone, and the cartilage at the base of the mandible helps to further soften the blows. A millisecond before each strike, powerful muscles attached to the mandible contract, creating a tight but cushioned structure at the moment of impact. In that same moment, a thickened membrane closes, protecting the eyes from flying debris, and keeps them from literally popping out of the head. But perhaps most unusual is the woodpecker's tongue, which wraps around its skull several times, creating a curious sling-like structure that functions as a shock absorber. By mid-September, the sausage tree's blossoms are on the verge of opening. The flowers unfold in the evening and will remain open for one night only. In the morning, the great seducer flaunts its blood-red blooms. Sprays of voluptuous, trumpet-shaped flowers hang seductively below the tree's dense foliage. Each flaming chalice brims with sickly sweet nectar. But reaching the flowers isn't easy for those lacking wings. Instead of drinking nectar from the bell of the blooms, the squirrels bite a hole at the base and gulp down the ambrosia that flows from within. A brilliant plan, unless someone else has got to the flower first. The sweet syrup is so addictive that the squirrels dangle from just about anywhere to get at it. If in doubt, just eat the whole flower. The parrots adopt a similar technique, piercing the flower at its neck and lapping up the precious liquid within. They're rather vocal connoisseurs. The more they drink of the sugary substance, the chattier they become. This one hasn't quite mastered the art of drinking from a flower. Tearing it apart spills the much-loved nectar. Sunbirds, in all shapes and colors, flit about the flowers to reap their rewards. A black-headed oriole not only drinks in the tree's honey, but also guzzles down insects that visit the blooms. And it's impossible to ignore the arrow-marked babblers that noisily raid the opulent red riches. With its blossoms come the sausage tree's greatest allies, the pollinators. Wasps, flies, and beetles all visit the strongly scented cups to indulge on their gifts. But the tree's most productive collaborators are bees. A bee gathers pollen from a flower's anthers, the male part of the plant. When it visits another flower, it inadvertently lands on the flower's female stigma, transferring some of its load, completing the process of pollination. But most of the pollen they carry to their hive. The heavily laden stingless bees begin to recruit other workers to return to the source of the food. By the end of spring, gravity pulls the last of the blooms from the tree's grasp. Slowly, their fire dwindles. But even here in the dirt, the flowers are sought out. Usually, the crested franklin's menu consists of bulbs, shoots, leaves, and the occasional berry. So flowers carrying sweet nectar, even the wilted kind, are much appreciated. But the hefty blooms are not an easy meal. The franklins need to shred the flowers into small pieces in order to swallow them. Like a puppy with a rag doll, a vigorous shake, a toss, and a fling get the job done. In November, white, billowing clouds churn in the immense cobalt expanse of the cylinder skies. It's a seething summer dance, foreshadowing what's to come. Sunbeams pour through narrow openings, painting the land in watery shafts of gold. The delta's desire for rain is palpable. At last, the dry season comes to a close. After one of the worst droughts on record, there's no shortage of rain. The downpour continues for weeks. The drenched land drinks deeply. The grass plains now have time to recover and return to their former glory. Everywhere you look, it's green. The veins of the cylinder spillway run their lifeblood across the marshes. Once again, the delta is the luscious water world it's famous for. When the rain finally relents, the damp air around the sausage tree is alive with activity. Hundreds upon thousands of dragonflies hunt in the golden glow of the great seducer. A winged feast erupts from the ground. In the wet summer, swarms of male mayflies elegantly dance to seduce the females. Dragonflies cannot resist the frolicking temptation. They simply snatch them out of the air. The lush new shrubbery beneath the sausage tree is adorned with innumerable webs. They belong to Neoscona morelli, small grass spiders. Each evening, millions of these tiny arachnids construct their webs in the long grasslands of Celinda. But by day, they hide underneath leaves, lying in wait. Their silken traps ensnare the mayflies. This is a good time of year for the eight-legged hunters, and they don't go hungry. But this spider gets more than it bargained for. A dragonfly, 5 times its size. It quickly wraps the wings with silk, so its prize can't damage the web. The spider then injects venom into the dragonfly's flight muscles, paralyzing it. The toxins begin to liquefy the prisoner from the inside out. Now the spider can enjoy its gargantuan meal at leisure. A curiosity of dwarf mongooses has spent the night in a termite mound in front of the sausage tree. There is a rigid hierarchy within this pack, with one dominant male and female in charge, and only they have the right to breed. But it's everyone else's job to look after their pups. Something distracts the band of mongooses from their morning rituals. A new sound softly drifts from within the sausage tree. A red-billed hornbill chick whines constantly from a crevice in the tree's trunk. His mom has already left the nest, and he has sealed himself into the cavity alone for protection. But his parents aren't far off. The sausage tree stands at the heart of their territory. It's the male's job to find food for the little one, while Mom keeps a watchful eye on the nest. The inner half of his lower mandible is black, while hers is red. On hearing the male's call, the chick springs into action, pleading for food. And Dad complies. But the hornbills don't search for food alone. They often forage along with the mongoose family. With more eyes to look out for danger, it's a mutually beneficial relationship. Their big-beaked buddies are quick to set off an alarm when predators like this tawny eagle are near, allowing the mongooses to feed in peace. And even though these feathered and furred neighbors sometimes compete for food, they never steal from each other. The male hornbill delivers a constant stream of termites, crickets, ants, and grasshoppers to the nagging juvenile, up to 50 times an hour. December is the most fertile time of the year, the height of summer. 9 months since she mated, the flapped-necked chameleon's eggs have hatched. A blend of chameleon hatchlings gingerly moves down the long grass at the base of the sausage tree. With no parental care, the youngsters disperse quickly to avoid predators. When they hatch, they're only 2 inches long, but they grow quickly and molt regularly. But shedding one's skin is an irritation, and they will try anything to get rid of it. The newborns drink morning dew that has accumulated on the grass the previous night. A family of warthogs with 2 piglets has moved back into the burrow underneath the sausage tree. Even the spurfowl boasts new hatchlings. Some of the neighbors will take a bit of getting used to. It's time for the hornbill chick to meet the world. His mother encourages him to leave the nest, pecking away at the entrance, showing him it's safe to come out. He quickly finds Dad to pester him for yet another snack. Few other trees in Africa are as desired as the sausage tree. But it's no frivolous affair with nature. There is purpose to its calling. Every animal the tree lures into its realm plays an essential part in the survival of this ecosystem. It's the sweet seduction of life by one of Africa's most enticing trees.